Myself, my 15-year-old daughter, my 12-year-old son, 6 suitcases, no plans, and here is why I left everything. Last year, 2025, I packed up my 19 years of a life in the UK, 19 years of building, accumulating, settling, belonging. I put what could fit into 6 suitcases, 3 hand luggages, myself, my daughter who was 15, my son who was 12, and we got on a plane and left for Canada. People asked me why. In fact, I had several questions, several opinions, and because of those opinions was the reason why I didn't even inform people. Even my family, they got to know the last minute and they were all shocked. People kept asking, why live a life you had 2 decades building? Why uproot your children from everything they knew? Why go somewhere new again at this stage? Why live a comfortable lifestyle and go to where you will struggle? In fact, so many whys kept on popping up. And the honest answer is, because staying felt like shrinking. Because I looked at my life and saw everything I had accumulated. The title, the career, the routine, the familiar. And I realized that none of it was fully mine. I had built beautifully inside someone else's structure, and I needed to know what I could build when the structure was entirely mine. I want to be honest about what that looked like in practice, because social media makes brave decisions look clean. They are not. A night before, my daughter was dancing around the house. She was extremely happy for the adventure. That one, she's very adventurous. Whereas for my son, he was fine, cool guy, like always, anything goes. He was unbothered. Wherever my family is, he will go. That was his own opinion. For me, I sat wondering if I was making the right decision. I was crying quietly. Thank God that my parents were around at that time and my brother lived close. So it was a bittersweet situation at my end, wondering if I'm making the biggest mistake of our lives. So for my children, it was easy because I didn't need to make them to be brave. Rather, I needed to advise myself to be brave, okay, and face the reality. But here is what I knew, what I have always known, that the most important thing I can show my children is not a comfortable life. It's a courageous one, it's a resilient one. And when life calls you forward, you go. Even when it's terrifying, especially when it is terrifying. The Canada journey, was it terrifying? Absolutely, 100% terrifying. On a lighter note, Canada has been humbling, exciting, and the cold, honestly, the cold surprised me. The weather surprised me because I was expecting something extreme like people always portray it on social media, but it's something different. I've been telling people that UK feels colder, but it's always an argument. So, well, I don't want to start that argument now, but that's the way I feel. Even my children feel the same way, and I think it's because Canada cold is humid, whereas UK cold is humid, whereas Canada cold is dry. So UK is more of a wet cold, and I think that's why it feels colder. So yeah, that's my opinion, no argument. But coming to Canada has been the most clarifying chapter of my life, because when you strip away everything familiar, everything comfortable, what remains is exactly who you are. And I discovered that who I am is someone who builds no matter where she lands. I've always known I'm a builder, but coming to Canada has made me have more clarity on that aspect. I am Dr. Chidema, and I am building right here, right now, in real time. If you are in the season where everything feels uncertain, I need you to know that uncertain and wrong are not the same thing. Follow along for more.